your boss. I heard your girls got you climbing the walls. Man, your life is a mess. You used to wear the pants, now you're wearing a dress. You feel like enough is enough, and you're tired of wearing the handcuffs. Cause you no longer run your own house. You wanna be a man again, come and join Mouse. What's up, everybody? Welcome to the Mouse Show. Men organizing unity to save Earth. I'm King Ricky.
And I'm Barry.
Now, I want people to know out there, first of all, that the opinions expressed today are the opinions strictly of me and Barry, and not the opinions of our friends, family, co-workers, employers, or our spouses. Today, I want to talk about something that is a trip to me, man. I'm just thinking about people in my mind right now while I'm thinking about this. Today is about the guy that knows everything about everything.
Man, dude, that's crazy because I thought of about 10 people.
Yeah.
Right then and there.
I'm pretty sure that everybody knows a person that's just like this.
They're in all walks of life.
You talk to them and they know everything. They've done it all. They've been everywhere. They know everything. But our job as men organizing unity to save Earth is to help some people out there. Am I right?
Yeah, it sure is. In any way possible.
Yeah. So this is going to be all kinds of different ways that we help people. Today, we're going to help you spot a know-it-all.
Really?
Yeah, just in case you don't know. You might already know how to spot a know-it-all, but I'm going to give you some hints.
Okay, well, that's
how
cool.
to spot one. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So we're going to start with the first thing. A know-it-all is a very bad listener.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
They like to do all the talking. You know what I'm saying?
You're not going to get a word in,
You ain't going to get a word in too often. So you better realize that off top. If you're talking to a know-it-all, he's going to be a very bad listener, and you ain't going to be able to say nothing.
Like one of them like guys who's long-winded, who talk for like
Very
45 straight minutes, and you got like an hour lunch.
Yes. I'm going to tell you another way to spot a know-it-all. A know-it-all feels like whatever they saying is important, but whatever you saying ain't really too much important. So everything you say, it really doesn't mean much. What they got to say is more important, so you need to listen.
Wow.
They finna put it down and give you some info that you need to hear.
Wow.
That's another way how you can spot a know-it-all right there. I'm going to tell you another way to spot a know-it-all. They always play devil's advocate. If you say the sky is blue, they're going to say it's green. And then they're going to argue with you about it.
Wow, man. Maybe because they like to argue, huh?
They love to argue. That's another way to spot a know-it-all. They always want to argue. They probably be arguing with their woman all the time or something. But I know for sure a know-it-all is always going to want to argue. Another way that you can spot a know-it-all is, you know how like you might go somewhere to eat, like, oh man, I went to this restaurant, man, it was cool, it was fire, man, I'm telling you. The know-it-all, guess what? The place he knows is better than the one you know.
Man, that's crazy.
The place that he ate at is going to be better than the places you ate at.
You know, some of these examples of how to spot a know-it-all, you know, they're starting to sound like too close to mental illness. It's like something has got to be wrong with someone who, just off the first three or four you just mentioned, man, something has got to be wrong with somebody who has those signs.
I
Like,
think
what
so.
happened? Something's wrong.
Something's definitely wrong.
That's just not, especially like if you think you know it all and like you drive a bus or something like that. Like, I mean, if you knew it all, you probably would have went to school, got a degree, and then, you know, wind up creating the cure for cancer or something, right?
That's what I'm saying.
But how you going to be working at a job and you bagging groceries and you know it all? You didn't get too far.
I don't know, man, but this is how these people think. I'm going to tell you another one. You want to hear another one?
Yeah, I want to.
Okay, let's say you go on vacation. Compared to know-it-all's vacation, your vacation wasn't very much.
Like, what did he do? And what did you do?
A lot more than what you did.
Wow.
He went to all the good spots to eat. He did all the sights. He did it all.
Where, in Las Vegas? Anybody could go there. Man.
Wherever it is better than the place you went, Barry. That's what I'm saying.
His experience was just a lot better, huh?
Yeah. Do you cook?
I do. Sometimes, not a lot, but I cook.
The know-it-all can cook better than you.
Wow.
Don't tell him what your recipe is because he got a better recipe than you do. Because he knows it all.
I wonder if that's hereditary.
I don't know. I don't think so, man.
No?
I don't think so. I just think that sometimes people go through life and they start having life experiences and they start thinking for some reason they know more than you. But let me tell the know-it-all something before I finish my know-it-all comments. if somebody's around your age, you probably don't know much more than they do. So why are you trying to tell them stuff about life?
Yeah.
It don't make sense.
Yeah, it's kind of like the person who tells you, like I mentioned in the previous episode, it's like a person who tells you like what to take when you're sick.
Yeah.
And you're the same age.
Exactly.
Like, why would you tell somebody like that?
You don't have to do that.
Why would you tell somebody something like that?
I don't know. It doesn't make any sense to me, man. Like, you know how you might go through something. Say you're going through your phone. You're like, oh, man, that's a nice looking woman. Guess what's going to happen with you to know it all?
What?
He's going to show you when to look better.
I've seen that. That's happened to me at work.
Yes.
That's definitely happened to me at work.
They always know a better looking woman than the one that you showed them.
Now that I think about it, dude, a couple of people who came to mind when you first mentioned the topic at the top of the show, top of the episode. Yeah, I think I could see the people that I thought of immediately when my first thought was, I think it's mental illness when you start dropping those.
Yeah, I think so too.
Reasons why somebody.
I got to give you the last thing to spot a know-it-all. Mm-hmm. It doesn't matter whether it's cars, being a manager of the job, flying a plane, or running a business. They know how to do it all.
Wow. And they work a blue-collar job sometimes, and they know how to do all that.
Yeah. Remember one time you was telling me when we was talking about this subject, you were saying, like, why don't people that know it all ever have their own business? Or why they ain't rich? Remember?
Yeah. That's crazy.
Yeah.
You would think that you would have been able to come up, if you couldn't come up with a cure for cancer, which is probably like real hard to do.
Yeah.
You would have been able to come up with some kind of business that was worth a couple of $1 million since you know everything.
Exactly.
You should have been able to either invent something or to tell you the truth, to become rich, all you have to do is improve upon. Now, it's not easy, but what you got to do is improve upon something that's already a proven idea. Mm-hmm. You would think a know-it-all would have been able to at least do that.
Exactly.
But they haven't.
They haven't.
But they know everything.
Say, for instance, like, you're driving down the street one day, right? And your car can overheat or something. And then all of a sudden you put this sign like, oh, man, my car's overheating. You know, man. You call one of your friends, or they happen to call you or whatever, and you're sitting there waiting for the AAA to come, and you're telling the know-it-all, hey, they're asking you what happened. And you're like, oh, man, my car's overheating. They don't even get a chance to finish. That's nothing. They're never going to let you finish a sentence. They're going to be like, oh, man, did you check your radiator? Did you check your hoses? Did you check your thermostat? Maybe it's your thermostat. Yes, I know that.
Yeah.
You didn't give me a chance to finish talking. Remember when I said earlier, that very bad listener, don't let you talk? Yeah, that's part of the problem. If you would let me talk, I would have told you. I pulled over to the side because I'm waiting on AAA, and I'm going to take it to the shop and let the mechanic figure it out.
Man.
I don't need you telling me what's wrong with my car.
Like
you're not a mechanic.
You've been driving for like at least 20 years, right? At least. And it's like this person think that you didn't, those are the first things to check that anybody would check.
You've never had an overheated car before.
Yeah.
This is your first time in your whole entire life that your car overheated. They act like their experiences are different than your experiences.
You know what I like though sometimes?
What?
I like when somebody who knows it all, you stump them.
Yeah.
Like they might have a statistic that then you tell them your statistic and you back it up, and then they want a rebuttal. They want to say something to counter that, but they get stuck.
Yeah.
I love when that happens with know-it-alls, dude.
But wait, what do they do though? They get stuck, and then the next day they try to say something.
Oh, they'll come back with a better answer.
Yeah.
It might took them 24 hours to find it, but they'll come back with something better.
Yes.
Or if it was at that particular moment, what they would do is just try to they'll try to turn it into something else where it made it still look like that they were right.
Exactly. That's what they do. So you guys be aware.
Yeah.
We're trying to give y'all some game on this know-it-all stuff because I'm pretty sure that they might be your friend, they might be your family member, whatever. You're going to be cool with them, but this is going to be irritating.
Very irritating, dude. And I can tell you, if it's at work, sometimes, man, you have to avoid those people.
Yeah.
Like you don't even want to, I work with a couple of people that I have to kind of there's like a little sign out clock that I have to sign out on.
Yeah.
And the sign out clock is literally in front of where everybody can see you. And the know-it-alls usually are right there by the sign in clock. So, and when you punch your numbers in to sign out, it beeps real loud.
Right.
So sometimes they'll turn around and I'll be feeling like, oh man, I'm trying to get out of here. I'm trying to go home. Now I'll be here another half hour because I got to listen to him.
Yes, that's exactly what happens.
Yeah.
But then you have some information on know-it-alls?
Yeah, dude. Like some of them, some call them know-it-alls. A definition in a dictionary will call them ideologue. Some can be referred to as egoist or egotist, swellhead, even conceited or self-centered. It can be a form of mental illness due to the inability to accomplish certain goals or aspirations and lack of acknowledging past failures. Definitely. I can definitely see that. Like, or else, why would you think you know it all?
Exactly, man.
Like, like I've never met a person who knows everything. I've never met a pilot who was a brain surgeon, who was an astrophysicist, who also was a mayor, was chief of police and president of a university. Now, that's a real know-it-all there.
Yeah, for real.
I ain't never met nobody who can do all that.
Me either.
Never.
But haven't you met a person like you be talking to them and they always got a better solution? Well, this job is doing this, but what they need to do is...
Oh, dude. I mean... I work with people, dude, who've been doing the same thing for like 45 years.
Whoa.
40 years, dude. And for some strange reason, dude, they have the answers for everything. But you work a blue-collar job and you know everything, but you never invented anything. You've never tried to strive to get a better job. You never tried to get an education. You know everything. You know the ins and outs of politics. You know how everything works in a universe. But for some strange reason... you couldn't figure it out.
Yep.
You still there complaining about the same thing year after year after year after year.
Yep.
Crazy. And you know what's another common thread with these know-it-alls too? What? The ones that may be married or have a significant other. The reason why they know everything and they're at work because the wife is running everything at home. She running everything at home, dude. Like,
so they ain't listening to the Mouse Commandments at all.
No, they ain't listening to the Mouse Commandments. The wife is running everything, and they don't want to retire because they know they going to be going crazy because she going to be having them do everything because she wearing the pants. I found that real common in know-it-alls.
Really?
Yeah, dude. The wife is wearing the pants, dude, and they keep on working, and they don't want to retire because they know they're going to have to be with her at home 24 hours a day, and that's going to drive them crazy.
For some reason, that don't surprise me.
Yeah.
Wow.
I had a boss. He was he was like a terror with everybody. Dude, like he was like he literally like, dude, like he'll be at the time clock watching you to make sure you took exactly 60 minutes. Or at the time we took 30 minutes, he'll be at the time clock. I remember one time there was a girl who had passed away. Her boyfriend had came up to the job and murdered her, right? Oh, wow. So I went to her funeral. And I told him, like, look, I'll be back like in exactly like 45 minutes. Dude, he was literally he was outside. He was outside. When I drove back from there, he was outside looking at his watch and then looking at me to see when I pull up. I'm like, come on, man. And his girlfriend at the time, they married now. His girlfriend at the time, dude, like she wears the pants on everything. Everything. He's like, yes, dear. Happy wife, happy life.
Man, that guy.
Yeah, but he was a terror to everybody. When he retired, everybody was happy. We all were happy, dude. Yeah.
But what do you think it is about people like that they are controlled at home? You think that's what makes them want to control people at work? Because they know that at home they're getting it real bad?
Yeah, and it's their fault. Because whenever you courted the woman, when you gave her that control. Yeah. So if she turned into this monster, it's because you gave her control.
But see, that's why we talk about the 10 Mouse Commandments, right? All that stuff is small, but it's another way to control somebody. Yeah. Each little thing that they do is another way to get some control. Yeah. And I've seen it happen, like with me, I don't fall for that crap. You know what I'm saying? Like, I've only had maybe a couple women in my life who was a little crazy, but when I saw the craziness coming, I'm like, I'm out. Yeah. You know what I mean? I'm out. You're not going to be treating me like a kid and controlling me and all that. This is not going to happen with me. You picked the wrong person.
Yeah, and those dudes, and one thing I noticed about know-it-alls too.
What's that?
Is that sometimes, I would say maybe 30% of the time, they really don't have a lot of experience with women. So the first one that came around that was willing to give them some, they kind of give that power to. And then they're unhappy at home, and then at work or other places with their friends, they think they know it all. Right. And they're the ones that's, giving their woman their codes to their phones and stuff like that, too. Yeah.
I believe that. Yeah. And they making excuses like, I know some dudes, they probably be like, oh, yeah, baby, don't worry. I mean, it's okay. I mean, you can have the password to a cell phone. I want to make sure that I'm not cheating on you. You know what I'm
saying? Man, no, dude, I couldn't even imagine that, man. Because, I mean, one thing that I learned about women over the years, dude, is that you can have a $50 million house furnished completely, right, to the T. She still feel like that there is something that you gonna need that you don't have. She feel like she can offer you something. You don't even need anything, but she still feel like that there is something. She could bring a piece of a saucer in there, in your $50 million house and you have it all furnished out, this looks better right here. No, that's when you got to say no. I don't need your little piece of furniture to make the difference. No, just so she can say, I did this. Yeah. I made your life better. I mean, that's my experience. I don't know about yours, but that's my experience. And no, man, in situations like that, that's when it starts. You got to say, no, I don't need that.
Yeah.
I like it the way it is. Because the next thing you know, she's going to be bringing rugs and towels and with flowers on them and everything else.
You're going to be having that, you remember how our mom used to put that stuff on the toilet? What was the thing?
Make the water blue?
No, on the toilet.
Oh, you mean that little furry thing?
Yeah.
That little thing that looks like carpet?
Yeah,
dude. Yeah, you know, I mean, your man don't be doing no stuff like that, dude.
You'll be having furry stuff on your toilet seat and the little thing right on the floor, the little furry thing on the floor.
Yeah, that kind of like contours with the bottom of the yeah, man. Like, yeah, dude.
And this is going to be pink. You know?
Those are the dudes that think they know everything. Yeah. For sure. Who let their woman come do stuff like that in their apartment.
Exactly.
You a single man, dude, and you live by yourself. You don't need nothing in your house that has flowers on it.
Exactly. They know everything, but they can't even control their own woman.
Yep.
Like, it's crazy.
Man, cannot control her at all because they gave her all the power.
Well, I know something that I got to say right now.
What's that?
Y'all need to subscribe to the channel.
Please like, subscribe, and comment, man. You guys got to, man. Especially y'all out there, man, that's not following this little episode right here, man. Y'all out there, man, giving your woman all this control, man. Y'all need to pause and y'all need to make a comment, man. Y'all need to like and subscribe because I know it's hitting y'all. Y'all feeling it.
Oh, for sure.
Yeah, like a Mike Tyson punch. They get hit in the gut.
Yeah.
Big time.
For sure.
Yeah.
But what's up today with the segment that's about to come up?
You're talking about the bonehead segment.
Yes.
Yeah, man. I really, some of these boneheads, man, I try not to go too far away from the topic.
Uh-huh.
And sometimes it's a little personal. So this one's is a little personal too, man. You know, I work with this dude, man. You had a whole bunch of time with the company, dude. I always talked about the old days and how things should be.
Okay. And
things can't always be that way when he started.
Mm-hmm.
So everyone does is wrong except him, right?
Okay.
And if he had done the project, it would have been better and faster and more efficient than everybody else. So one day he happened to be driving. In my job, you have like power tools. So, you know, he was driving a forklift, right? And if you're driving a forklift outside of the building, you know, you got to be careful because there are cars that are coming by, right? So he wasn't paying attention and he was backing up the forklift. It's one of the ones that you stand on, right? So he was backing up the forklift, dude, and cars was driving by and he wasn't paying attention to what was behind him and a car ran right into him.
Oh.
He had said it was the driver's fault because the driver was driving too fast. But the driver wasn't driving too fast. It was him because he was driving the forklift backwards and wasn't even paying attention.
Oh, man.
Yeah. So what wound up happening was the forklift got broke and we didn't have a forklift to use anymore. And then we got another forklift and the same thing happened again. So, okay, once, maybe I'll give you that. Twice, no. And then he had an excuse for that. He was like, it was you guys' fault because you gave us a forklift that was faulty. Something was wrong with the brakes.
Oh, wow.
You've been working at the job for like 35, 40 years, man. You've been driving a clear forklift the whole time, but this happened twice within a matter of 2 weeks? Nah, man. And you supposed to know everything?
Yeah.
Nah, man. So in this case, this guy, he gets the Bonehead Award. Congratulations. And I'm happy to give him the Bonehead Award, dude, because I had to take so much from this dude for all these years, man. I wish he was here. Right? I hope he watching. Man, man.
Do you think he knows he's a bonehead?
Maybe. I hope so. I hope his wife watching, too. Shoot, somebody.
Is he retired?
Yeah, he retired.
Okay. Well, hopefully he will watch and he'll realize how much of a bonehead he is.
Yeah, man. He remind me of Al Bundy, dude, because he's always just grumpy, just sitting there. He always sitting there. You know how some people just have like a permanent face like this?
Do you feel like the know-it-alls are always grumpy?
Oh, yeah.
They seem like very unhappy people to me.
Yeah.
They really do.
Yeah.
You know, because they always got something to say about everything.
I know this guy was very unhappy. Because he complained about his son, he complained about his daughter, he complained about his wife, he complained about everything at work. He was just miserable.
So you think he complained about being retired?
Oh, man. Yeah, I'm sure he is. Yeah, he complained about that too.
Man.
What he getting on his pension, he probably really complained about that.
Wow, that's
crazy, dude.
Yep. Okay, man. We're going to go ahead and go into the 10 mouse commandments.
Oh, man. Now, none of this applies to the dude I just talked about in that bonehead segment. But in case you watching, mouse commandment number 1, thou shalt not let a woman tell him how to drive.
Mouse commandment number 2, thou shalt not ever hold your woman's purse while shopping.
I bet you he do.
You probably do.
Mouse commandment number 3, thou shalt not ever wear pink.
Mouse commandment number 4, thou shalt not ever wear skinny jeans and do not sag pants past your butt.
Yeah, he used to do that too because his pants was kind of old and his belts was all old, but he was sagging, but not for these reasons.
Oh, okay.
Mouse commandment number 5, thou shalt not ever say happy wife, happy life.
Matter of fact, the women should say, plenty of loving makes a happy husband.
Ooh, yeah.
I'm trying to get this thing started. You know I keep talking about it.
Yeah, I hear it, man.
I'm going to keep on saying it to
I know these dudes wasn't getting a whole bunch of that, though.
Mouse commandment number 6, thou shalt not ever wear fingernail polish, makeup, or women's underwear.
I don't even want to think about that, dude. Mouse commandment number 7, thou shalt not constantly text or call his woman to check in.
And people do that a lot.
Oh, man, whole lot, dude.
The cold part about it is women don't realize you can't stop nobody from doing something.
Nope.
I seen dudes who do all this, calling their woman every break and texting all that, but they be the main ones messing around.
Main ones, dude.
So that don't mean nothing.
And we've been sitting here for a few hours, dude, and none of our phones rang once.
Exactly.
That's how it should be.
That's how it should be. Mouse commandment number 8, thou shalt not ever give the woman the password to your cell phone.
No. Absolutely not. Even if she paying the bill, no.
Don't do it.
Don't do it. Mouse commandment number 9, thou shalt not let any woman treat him like a child.
Definitely don't do that.
They can do it too if you let them slip.
Yeah, you're a man though. And that's the point of the show. Be a man.
Yep.
I'm saying, don't let a woman treat you like a kid.
Nope.
Let her treat her kids like kids. Sometimes they treat their kids like more adults than they treat you.
Yeah. The kids that you guys have together or step kids. Or...
It don't matter. Together or separate, whatever, it don't matter. That's crazy, huh?
I wouldn't deal with that.
Me either.
Nah.
And finally, mouse commandment number 10. And, I hope everybody listens to this out there.
Yeah, I hope they are
This
too.
is something you definitely don't need to do. Thou shalt not ever wife up a woman with a high body count.
Oh, man. Some of these guys who this episode applied to, I wouldn't be surprised if some of their women have a high body count.
I wouldn't be surprised either.
I would not be surprised.
They know it all, but they don't know not to mess with a woman with a high body count.
Yeah, now you stuck.
Yeah.
And she telling them what she got the passwords to the phone.
Yep.
They just breaking all the commandments, man.
Yeah, they know it all, though.
Yeah, well, yeah, that's true. Where did it get them?
Nowhere. So I just want to say before we get up out of here, man, I'm hoping that everybody watching this show is going by these 10 mouse commandments. But if you're not, and you want to be a man again,
Come and join Mouse.